Hi, what's up? How's it hanging? Yep. I know what you're thinking. Kiera, you look kind of like a drug addict. You look really... What's happened to you? Why did you let go? I can explain. I can't. I just didn't feel like getting ready. I'm really sorry. In today's video, this is a bit of a weird one. This is probably one I'm most scared to make, and I feel like I say this at the beginning of every single video I make, but like the intensity of the videos I'm making is really going up. Like I'm really pushing the boundaries with the things I'm saying, the stories I'm telling, the people I'm talking about. Like I'm starting to care less and less about what the people in my life think about me, so there's that. But this is on another level because this isn't even about anyone else. This isn't like a story where I could tell and I'd be like, oh, someone might get angry at me for like revealing their personal secrets or something like that. If you think that this is bad, like you're gonna be taking it out on me. This story doesn't involve anyone else but me. So if you're disappointed by this, you're gonna be angry at me, and that kind of scares me. Mostly scared of what the 40-year-olds are gonna comment. Adults know best. I was produced by sexual reproduction, sperm, egg. I have parental figures in my life. I understand I'm trying to do well. I don't need another mother, so I don't care. Okay, cool. Glad I got that one out. This has been negative. Guess who hit 300,000 subscribers? I don't know, just like take a look down there. But just take a look. Oh yeah, me. I don't know why. Okay, think about it. That's a lot of people. How many things do 300,000 people fit in? Not that many. Probably small island somewhere. I have a small island's worth of subscribers. We haven't quite reached city level, but I think we'll get there. Probably not. It just really blows my mind that many people liked me enough to be like, yo, I like you. Although I've kind of convinced myself in my brain that most people hate me and they just follow me so they can laugh at me, but you know, whatever, like, money's money. I'm kidding, I'm joking. Yeah, I need to stop making inappropriate jokes. That's my New Year's revolution. I need to learn how to speak English too. So yeah, I guess I just wanted to say thank you, but I'm not that good at feelings, so I'm just gonna like let some feelings radiation emit from my heart into yours because I'm not gonna say it. And that ties into this video. This genuinely, very recently, has completely transformed the path of my life. I'll get into it. Time for a TV beep screen so I don't have to explain myself. I've been getting the question a lot recently. Hey Kiera, do you still go to school? The reason I've been getting this question quite a lot is because I used to like be really into school. Mostly because I always believed that I was just never good enough to do anything else. I have like genuinely loved YouTube and everything about it ever since I was really young. When I first discovered it, I was like 10 or 11 and I made a channel. For such a narcissist, I have so much self-doubt and I never thought that I could actually do something. I always thought, wow, I'd really love to do that, but it's so unrealistic, so I'm just not gonna try. And I've always just been very cynical like that. Until one fateful day, I had a broken leg. I was stuck in my room for like 8 months. I couldn't do anything else. And I thought, you know what? I don't have school to go to because I can't get to it because I can't walk because I'm debilitated. So if I can't go to school, no one can make fun of me for starting a YouTube channel. So I'm gonna do it. And I did it. And I'm here now. Thanks for breaking. But for that period of time where I was extremely cynical, I really did try hard at school. I'm like pretty smart. Like at GCSEs I got really good grades, and just remember I didn't go to school for the whole of year 10. So I managed to scrape like 6 A's and 9 in English Lit without really even attending. Yeah, like I don't hate myself too much in that department. However, my brain's always just been somewhere else. Like when I'd be in a lesson, anyone that I went to school with who was in my lessons would tell you this. If we're in a lesson, supposed to be focusing on something, your brain's supposed to be over here. Mine was out of the window. It was bad because I tried so hard. I wanted to try so hard. I'd walk into each lesson and think, Kiera, today is the day you're really gonna focus and you're gonna be cool and you're gonna be a great scientist one day. Halfway through every physics lesson, actually halfway, 2 minutes through every lesson, I'd concentrate and then suddenly I'd find myself staring out a window, and then before you know it, the teacher's screaming at me, oh Kiera, like repeat what I just said, and I'm like, I don't know what quantum energy is. And she's like, this isn't even physics class anymore. This is English. I was always really bad at chemistry as well. Well, actually, I always thought I was really bad, and I used to try, and there was this one topic in chemistry, I just couldn't get my mind around it, ever. And I said to one of my teachers, she was really nice, and I said, I just don't understand, like, I try so hard, but I can't understand this, and I don't know why. And she said to me, Kiera, you have a very beautiful mind. And I was like, did someone say beautiful? She said, I think you're smart, but your brain just runs at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and you just have too much going on in it to focus and completely just learn one thing. So from then on out, I kind of just came to the conclusion that no matter how hard I tried, I wasn't going to get anywhere. So I spent probably the rest of year 11 while everyone else was sitting in study periods actually learning for their exams. I spent it hatching a plan to bring a dog into school. I spent it sneaking my friend who wasn't in my English class into my English class and hiding her at the back of the classroom in a cupboard under my coat to see how long we could get away with it. But it wasn't like breaking the rules in a conventional way. Like, it didn't run off to go smoke weed in the woods at lunch like most of the bad kids. I did bad stuff, but the teachers found it hard to be angry at me because it was funny. And that's just how it has always been. But throughout my videos, I was always like, yo, education is the way, and it can only take you so far. I mean, don't get me wrong, school is super important. I would have no brain cells if I didn't go to school. My mind just doesn't stay in its lane. It's in everyone else's lane. As I went into the sixth form into year 12 to do A-levels, a lot of you always asked, I did physics, maths and geography. Like, I just couldn't. When September happened and school went back, people came into my life, things like impacted me differently, and I thought, fam, I have this whole YouTube channel right here that I'm not doing anything with. I have this great opportunity, this great advantage to like live out the dream that I had when I was like 11, and the one that I still wish that I would have carried out. And I have the opportunity, and I'm just letting it sit there. I'm letting it rot away to sit into school and do a repeat of the GCSEs and get the bad grades. Not because I'm not trying, but just because I just couldn't. I don't know. I'm not making like any excuses for myself. I know I probably could have tried harder. What led to the dropout? October is when I really started gaining again. I really started putting effort into my videos. I tried to start daily uploading, and I was really happy. It's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was like work on this channel, grow it, get more of you guys, because the more and more of you guys there are, the more and more support that comes through on like Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat every single day. And the happier I was getting, the less like depressed and sad of everything I was, because I wasn't like depressed and sad, but like on the inside I was. That sounds so deep and so emo. Like, my soul is black. Knowing that I'm quite content with my life and quite content with the direction my life's in. And if I died tomorrow, I'd probably be like, yo, like, did alright, sort of. Kind of, not really. I wouldn't be totally unsatisfied with the way things are ending, let's put it that way. So, we get to October time. I haven't really talked about this much because I obviously was at school and I didn't want to speak about it because I didn't want to get expelled. I made a video. You know what, to be fair, I probably shouldn't have made it. It was vlogging school for a day, and I was so proud of this video. And then my mum gets an email the next day from my school saying, yo, Kiera's uploaded a highly inappropriate YouTube video there. Darn it. So I privated it, and I went to school, and I went to the deputy head's office, and she was like, Kiera, this is really bad. Then they sent me to the child protection officer. I nearly cried to this woman. It takes a lot to make me sad enough to like show my emotions to someone I don't even know. Like, it honestly takes a lot, and I had so much pent up stuff. I was so scared about the rest of my life because I knew deep down, no matter how hard I tried at school, I just wasn't gonna get to where I wanted to be. And if I wasn't being the best of the best at school, it really like depressed me, and I don't want to do something that I can't like be great at. I didn't want to finish school being mediocre. I mean, I'm still being pretty mediocre, but we're getting there. I could have taken media, I could have taken film or something to, you know, that was what I was interested in. If I wanted a career in media, it's a hell of a lot easier to accomplish and get a career in media through taking advantage of the decent sized YouTube channel that I already had, that had so much potential to grow, that was growing, than stay at school, then go to university, have to out-compete all of the competition there, not learn or gain any actual skills. They don't sit you in a university lecture room telling you how to do a vlog, which is what the kids want these days. Nah fam, I'll just do it myself. Got a 2-hour detention after school, and the head teacher, he had a conversation with me, and this will like really stick with me forever because I always thought he'd be really angry at me for doing the vlog at school and whatever. But instead he said to me, like, I don't want to stop you doing what you're good at. You obviously have a talent, you're passionate about it. And it made me just, I'd never had someone in a position of authority say that, yo, what you're doing is okay. I used to get my laptop out under the table and try and like edit pieces of videos that had to go up later that day, and my teachers would like tell me off, and it was just, I'm not gonna say that, I want to get monetized. I don't know, I feel like I'm doing the right thing, and that's all that matters. I might be homeless next year, but you know what, we'll wait and see. Life's all about risks, and I would have regretted it a hell of a lot more if I didn't do this. So, you know what? I don't really know what else to say. Thank you for 300,000 subscribers. That's such a strange number. And please don't leave too many hate comments. Okay, I'm really scared about this. Okay, goodbye.